Good afternoon, this is Mark at the Wicked Edge Expert Corner Group, and we are continuing to sharpen this Japanese chef knife. We're up to 2000 grit and we're starting again. We set the angle with the cube, double checked it, and now we're going to scrub again. The same thing over and over again. I'm going to scrub down and back up, and all the time I'm looking right down where the stone and the edge contact to make sure that I have full flat contact. And you'll notice the fret at the center of the stone. That's where I keep my thumb, and my hand is centered above and below so that I'm keeping my pressure the same. I generally work with that same grip, and I only change that finger hold on the paddle if I'm intentionally trying to put it out of balance. In other words, I'll come down here if I'm trying to do something, and come up here if I'm trying to do something. What do I mean by do something? If I see on the bevel sharpening, while we're sharpening, if we see on the bevel while we're sharpening a scratch pattern. That looks, by the way, you can see how black it is getting. It's polishing up beautifully. If, while looking at this, the same that you see, I see some sort of a scratch or something that doesn't seem right. Like the plane of the bevel is curved or something, and I'm not reaching it somehow with my stone, what I'm doing, because I get the feedback. I'm looking right there and it looks odd to me. Then I try to hold the stone differently, either down lower or up above, trying to offset the pressure, because I can only go on the guide rod like I can go, and I can only push like I can push, and what I'm doing isn't working where it appears that it's not working, so I try something different. And then with looking at how it changes, that helps me to steer in where to apply that pressure. And then once you get it caught up, then you can go back to and blend it in. But there's times when I do offset my hand grip. I generally sharpen right in the center. And we can see that by practicing that we have very flat bevels. And we just did the first scrubbing with the 2000 grit. I can barely feel. Let me see if we can look at it. As you saw, I just did the one scrub back and one scrub up. No, I don't see any burr on the other side. Now we're going to take this again. It's just a little spritzing. I don't know if you can see how wet it is, but the water just is sheeting on there because of the little, put a couple drops of soap in there. And that's the same original that I mixed up a couple days ago. And as it's very quiet, no scratching sound. And we can see the black on here, and it wipes right off. I'm going to wipe both sides, and very fine. To me, it appears to be a very fine, refined scratch pattern. How this 2000 grit compares to a 2000 grit diamond, I can't say yet, and we're going to explore that. I look forward to that. But this is, everything is nice, beautiful, it's polishing up. Here I didn't spend as much time, and you can see the different, because it's only right there, I don't want to spend too much time. Okay, so we got that done. I'm going to wipe this. I didn't wipe this, and then we're going to go back at it with the alternating side, edge leading strokes. I got that black off of there. And why? Because my experience working with original Shapton glass stones is that they like to be cleaned, and they cut like a diamond stone. They cut very similar, and that may be where they caught that name, Shapton glass diamond stones. Of course, the lapping plates that Shapton sells to lap the Shapton glass and the Rockstar stones is called a Shapton glass diamond lapping plate. And it is indeed a glass plate with diamond stones laminated to it. And it's an excellent lapping plate. This is the same that I did with the other one. It's a down and forward with a little drag to blend it longitudinally or horizontally. Again, you have to be careful because it is so smooth and so slick that the stones want to bounce. You heard no scratching. And I'm going to start here, and I see a burr. I see a burr on the heel. Right there on the arrow. So we got to check that out. I'm surprised to see that. And I can see I'm coming back to the heel again. Yeah, there's a little bit of a burr. And I can see this. That shows me this waviness. Proves the point that I did not, with my alternating strokes, I did not cover the heel as well as I thought I was. So that's a perfect example of using the scope for what it's for. You actually saw what it shows you. Trying to go down and forward, and I'm working First I worked in one place and then I worked forward trying to blend it. So's my thinking. So have I been doing as I sharpen for years, and it seems that that's okay. Based on the results, it seems to be okay. It's a little better. It's a hard, bear with me a minute now, and I'm going to show you. Little better. Sharpening here, starting right here, putting your stones on that point is hard to do. I choose to work from a place that's easy to get the stone purchase and then come at it with a rhythm and then work past it and then work back to it. But it's hard to just place your stones on there and get the overlap. What happens is it's reflected, not reflected, the results are actually shown here by the scratches. It's hard to get them lined up. We got it much better. That's from wiping it, but that looks much better. Now I'm on the back side. And I'm much more pleased with the heel. Okay. Now we're going to look forward and see. Now we got the heel taken care of. We're going to go back and see if we're done. And that is very nicely done. Now, so I'm very clear that there's no secrets about it. That what I see and what I decide looks good is what I see and what I decide looks good. In other words, I'm doing the wicked edge thing and I'm making that looks good to me. And I have decided over years of sharpening and experience that these pretty looking things do indeed turn out to be sharp knives. So that's my sharpening that I pursue, is a visual result that I correlate with the sharp knife. And that's what I'm doing sequentially as I go from grit to grit to grit, is I look to make the edge look all pretty and aligned. And it's just a very simple thing. And the things that stand out, like burrs and those things on top that are steel on top of the apex, well, we take care of it, get rid of it and clean it up. Here, looks like I got wiped sideways. Oh, there's that little boo-boo. Still here. So we're going to give it, the tip on this side doesn't look as nice as I would like it to. So I'm going to give it a little bit more up at the very tip. Is very nice. Let's give that a little bit more. I am intentionally doing it broken, disjointed like this and showing you videos and making a discussion of it. When I'm sharpening, I would spend more time I'm trying to discuss the process and show you the steps as it changes. I don't know if you can hear the whistling of the stone sliding on the guide rods. Now I'm much happier with that. Now let me see if I can get in here to show you. I can't show you, but where the scratches go right off the edge, you can see the toothiness. It's a very sharp knife. That's 2000 grit. That's a very sharp knife. We're gonna call this one quits, and I'm gonna stop this video, and we're gonna set up on the next video for the 3000. This is 1000, 2000, so we're gonna swap stones, and we're gonna micro adjust and do that on the 3000 grit video. Thank you.